Live.
Are we on?
Hello, everyone.
Salutations, good people.
Well, happy Sunday.
Yeah, it's a nice Sunday.
Put your phone on vibrate.
Pretty effing hot where we're at. It's the only reason why the gun show is out right now. But yeah, it's a very hot day indeed here in New York City. We're staying cool inside of our makeshift studio, of course. But yeah, welcome to the 3/4 Guard podcast. I am your co-host Eric.
I'm Shane.
Alongside me, Eamon Shane Tierney the 7th.
It's excessively hot in New York City and southern NY State.
I don't know why he's wearing black. But regardless of that, big week coming up. Big week coming up in MMA. International Fight Week is here. I'm so excited. I've never been to an International Fight Week, but I would like to go to an International Fight Week one of these years. This year there's going to be 2 dual events at the end of the week. The Ultimate Fighter Undefeated finale is going to take place. We're going to get into that in a little bit. The main event of that is Brad Tavares versus
The last style bender.
Israel Adesanya.
What does that mean anyway?
The last style bender?
Yeah, what do you mean bend styles? Like, what is that?
Well, you know, it's like, you know, like the last airbender. I'm sure he's just trying to be like new and young, and you know how like these new young kids, they make up these names now, like, you know, Ugly God and things of that nature. Lil Pump. I'm sure that's his makeshift name.
These days.
Yeah, making up their names and stuff. But hey, you know, whatever. That'll be the main event of that. And on Saturday,
It almost blends together, right?
What?
So it's almost like if I'm looking this way, it looks like I'm looking at you. You look that way, it looks like you're looking at me.
So you want to just do that? You want to just like do this? I guess we could just do this. I mean, I do this most of the time anyway. I'll look at you or I'll look at down there.
I don't look at you. I don't look at you.
Saturday, we have UFC 226, headlined by 2 championship fights. First championship fight will be Max Holloway, the featherweight champion, going up against Brian Ortega. It's going to be quite the featherweight bouts. Probably the 2 best featherweights in the world right now going at it. Very similar styles. Should be a good one. And then the main event of 226 is the biggest super fight, in my opinion, that has gone down in the UFC. Stipe Miocic, the current heavyweight champion, against the current light heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier. But of course,
DC Cormier.
They will be fighting for the heavyweight title. DC, as we all know, is undefeated at heavyweight, even though he's like 5'10".
Yeah.
Undefeated at heavyweight, and he lifts up men that are like a foot taller than him and flips them.
Suplexing Josh Barnett.
Like a baby. Not to say that people suplex babies, but you know, if you would suplex a baby, it's kind of what it would look like.
Babies haven't suplexed, but don't suplex babies. That's a bad idea.
Okay, nobody's telling you to suplex a baby.
Don't say you
got that idea from us.
Encouraging.
Regardless, that'll be the main event of that show, of that fight card. And yeah, it's a very exciting week. A very exciting week for MMA fighters. Anybody who follows UFC, you'll have to accept our deepest apologies. As we said before, we are fans of the World Cup, and right now Spain and Russia are in overtime, tied at 1-1. So we kind of got to watch this while we're doing the podcast. I'm sure you'll understand, our millions of fans out there watching this all the time.
If you're not watching right now, then you're not a citizen of this world. You're a terrible person.
Probably American.
Why? Probably.
Moving on. So yeah, we'll be probably distracted with that for every now and then, on and off. If you see us like jumping up like, oh no, then you'll know what that's about. We also have decided to go back to the original format we had of this show. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but before we would have little topics on the sides, and
at least for today.
Yeah, at least for today. As we said before, we are a growing podcast and we're trying different things all the time. And yeah, we're just trying to see what we like. To be honest, the main 2 topics of the day will be the 2 fight cards coming up at the end of the week. There's also some fight news that we reported on our social media page. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us at 3/4 Guard, 1 word, all words, no numbers. And yeah, if you want to follow our news, we usually update whenever there's a fight coming up or a card or, you know, a new poster, something like that. More so fight-related news. Actually, maybe we could talk about the UFC Nebraska card and that whole fiasco with the main event and Ally Quinta. I mean, I guess he just gave UFC the middle finger and decided, hey, I don't want to do the main event anymore. Meh, and he just kind of withdrew.
Something along the lines of like, I don't want to. I'm going to Japan where they appreciate fighters, something like that.
Is that like from his Twitter or something? Is that like a direct quote?
It's like a Twitter post. I don't know. He basically, it seems like he kind of quit the UFC. I don't know. Or he's like, doesn't care. He's like, when they cut me, I'm going to Japan. He, dipped out of the card. Maybe it was like a whole plan. Like he was like,
maybe he's like,
I'm gonna not fight on Nebraska, and then they're gonna fucking cut me, and then I'm gonna go to Japan.
To totally like screw them over kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't see him as a vindictive person like that. I don't think that he's
I think he just didn't care. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, if anything, yeah, it was more so like he didn't care. But I don't think it was ever like a planned revenge tactic because I mean, he did main event a card in Madison Square Garden, even though it wasn't the most exciting, main event. It was still he still main evented. He still went against the champion. He still did his thing. And I mean, there's a lot
of the UFC. Like,
it's good. I mean,
he's historically had a bad.
They just always. I mean, they call him raging out for a reason. He does have. I know, like it's been said before that he has like somewhat of a temper. He doesn't take shit from anybody. I mean, all power to him. Why the hell not? But essentially, he backed out of his main event spot with against Justin Gaethje. And you'll apologize if I'm not looking up anywhere where I'm supposed to be. But I'm looking at our Instagram feed so I can kind of follow how all of these fights literally fell through on like a 24-hour span. And then like others were made up. So essentially,
he dipped.
Ally Quinta got out. And then
who's he fighting? James Vick, right?
Yeah, he was fighting Justin Gaethje.
He was fighting Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje didn't have an opponent. James Vick was fighting Felder on 226.
Yes, James Vick was supposed to fight Paul Felder, and instead they asked James Vick if he can
headline the.
Yeah, now he's going to headline the Nebraska card against Justin Gaethje.
Doesn't have an opponent, as far as I know right now.
What? No. Apologies for anybody who's watching us on Instagram Live. No. Actually, Felder. Yeah, they took
him a new opponent.
They took him out. And essentially, this is the second time that they've done this in like his past two fights. Because remember, he was the one that was supposed to fight Ally Quinta at Madison Square Garden. When Ally Quinta was upgraded. There was actually a funny meme talking about that. He's like, so you're telling me I was supposed to fight Ally Quinta at MSG, and then he dropped out, and now you're telling me that I can't fight James Vick because Ally Quinta dropped out of his fight?
Quinta's fucking his shit up.
He's fucking up Paul Felder's career, it seems like, and Paul Felder doesn't like it. But, after that, he essentially didn't have a dance with anyone, so to speak. Later on that same evening, I think all of this took place on like Thursday, maybe like the 27th or 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Later on that day, Yancy Medeiros got injured during training, and he was supposed to fight Mike Perry at UFC 226. Mm-hmm. So at that point, Mike Perry lost an opponent. Paul Felder lost an appointment to Justin Gaethje at the UFC Nebraska main card fight. And at that point, Paul Felder hit up Mike Perry, and he was like, hey, man, I'll fight you at welterweight. And then it seems like they had something going on. I have a friend of mine calling. I'm sorry.
Is that Peter Black?
Yeah, it is Peter Black. Our dear friend Peter Black is calling me right now. Sorry, Peter. Yes. Sorry, Peter, I can't pick up the phone right now. Just going to give him a quick, sorry, I can't talk right now.
Did you get sent that snap of him and Fran?
Were they sleeping?
Yeah.
That's adorable. Just talking about our friends a little bit. But we digress. Afterwards,
shout out to Peter Black and Fran.
Felder and Mike Perry had a bit of an exchange on Twitter. Felder was like, hey, man, I can fight you at welterweight. Perry said something along the lines of, bring it on, bitch. And then I guess they got a fight going. It became official. And now Paul Felder will be going against Mike Perry at UFC 226.
Mike Perry will be dropping a diss track
Saturday.
Later this week. A lot of N-bombs, I heard.
Damn. Huh. Yeah, he's doing that a lot now. I don't know what that's about.
Apparently he's like 3% black, so he can do that. He's allowed, legally.
It's interesting.
Legally. It's in the Constitution.
I don't think so.
I think that's exactly how that works.
I don't think there's anything in the Constitution that helps anybody, but But, so that was kind of a big fight day exchange. It was a little weird thing day, but yeah. Ali Quinta out of Nebraska. James Vick is now fighting Justin Gaethje, and Paul Felder will be facing Mike Perry at UFC 226 after Yancy Medeiros got injured and is out of his bout with Mike Perry. For those of you who were able to follow that. And also...
I didn't even follow that, but...
Well, you weren't paying attention. So. Well, and after that, also, we had a fight announcement. Mike Johnson is going against Andre Fili at featherweight on the UFC Lincoln card. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
In addition to that
Michael
card,
Johnson.
they're putting a lot of good fights on that UFC Lincoln card.
Yeah, but I feel like poor
a couple of people
Menace has been kind of going south for a while now.
A little bit. I mean, he'll lose one or two, and then he'll come back and win a couple.
Yeah,
it's not like his techniques have gotten worse. It's not like he himself has gotten worse. I mean, he's gone against like pretty high-level competition. So, I mean, and when you drop to regardless of if you drop down in weight or you go up in weight, your first fight usually isn't your best. Most people, if they do win in a new weight class, if you haven't noticed, they'll
like third fight or something.
No, this is the second fight.
This is the second fight.
This is the second fight at featherweight. Yeah.
What was his last fight at lightweight? It was
Gaethje. Yeah, that war with Gaethje.
Before that was Diaz.
Before that
Diaz.
was no. Before that was
That was Diaz.
Poirier.
Diaz like kicked his. Oh no, he beat Poirier.
Yeah, he beat Poirier.
He knocked him out.
At lightweight or at featherweight?
I think it was lightweight.
These people switch around their divisions a lot, so it's really hard to keep up.
Yeah. So it was. But I don't know if that was before or after Diaz. That was
after Diaz. No,
okay.
yeah, that was
that
after
broke
Diaz.
his streak. He had lost to Darush too. I feel like I thought he won that fight or something. Then he lost to Diaz.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Khabib, Justin Gaethje. Yeah, I forgot the Khabib fight. Ugh, that was rough to watch.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. But I mean, hey, he was funny enough.
He's on a tear, man. He's on a tear. He's like getting close to a title shot for that Darush fight and Diaz.
Yeah, man. Daniel Darush. Then he beat Dustin Poirier. I think. What was that? Lightweight? Yeah, I think it might have been lightweight.
That guy like barely fights Darush.
Yeah, I mean, whatevs. But yeah, that'll be another fight going on.
2 fights last year, 1 fight this year. It's like every year he has one less fight.
He got knocked out by
3 fights 2016, 2 fights last year, 1 fight this year.
Some people don't fight that often, man. Some people have their own gyms and they can do that kind of shit. Like some people are like, I got to work it into my schedule, like Brian Caraway or something like that.
You're holding the division hostage, bro.
I don't think Brian Caraway is, but regardless.
Not fuck Brian.
Michael Johnson versus Andre Fili happening at UFC Lincoln on August 25th. As far as that concerned, actually, yeah, we are forgetting a couple of things, a couple of important things, in the Rashad Evans retiring.
Yes, Rashad Evans retired, former UFC light heavyweight champion, former. Well, I guess not. I wouldn't say former because there is only one. Tough Season 2 winner.
Tough Season 2 winner. He went into that shit. Yeah, dude. He was 6 foot and he was small as hell. Went into that heavyweight house and beat everybody just so he can drop down. Just so he can drop down to light heavyweight and go on to knock out Chuck Liddell and possibly begin. That probably was the start. Was that before or after Chuck Liddell went against Rampage? Not 100% sure, but you'd say that was around that. That was the beginning.
After.
That was the beginning of the downfall, so to speak, of Chuck Liddell, and Rashad was one of those people who began that. After that, he went against Forrest Griffin in a title fight. Right after Forrest Griffin beat Quentin Rampage Jackson to win the belt, and Rashad Evans just made it look easy. He what's up? Yeah, Rashad Evans just made it look so easy. He just kind of was able to get him striking on the feet. Got him to the ground.
Yeah, Rampage had already beaten him before.
There you go.
Rashad got his hands on him.
Okay, yeah.
That was that was towards the tail end of Chuck's career.
Right. Well, yeah, Rashad then after that knocked him out to get a title shot. Went against Forrest Griffin, won the belt, and was the light heavyweight champion. He was in his heyday. Rashad Evans was a fast guy. He was fast. He was athletic. He jumped down from heavyweight to freaking fight dudes when he was such a big. It was weird too because he was like a big guy, but he just his cardio was on point. He was definitely I feel like around that time there was a changing of the guard, you could say, from the Chuck and Tito days, And that's when like all the Pride like guys came in, like Shogun and Quentin Rampage and all that stuff.
And then those the Dragon era, the Machida.
Yeah, exactly. But then you had
KO.
You had people like Machida, you had people like Rashad Evans coming in, and they were still like representing the UFC brand pretty well, even though these Pride guys came in. He had a knockout to Machida. That's probably unfortunately it's like a very.
He came back right after that,
no,
but then
absolutely.
it was like after that John Jones fight, it was kind of like.
Yeah.
It was kind of went downhill after that.
Yeah, a little bit.
He goes out on a 5-fight losing streak. He just say like he hates to go out this way, but he just feels like that's it, and it makes sense. There's no sense on taking us unnecessary punishment.
It's a very unforgiving sport. This MMA. It's very you don't exactly go out in a blaze of like I guess I don't want to say blaze of glory. You go out on your sword and shield. I mean, I don't know too many people who have a win and then go out and they're like, okay, this is it. I'm like, well, unless you're George St. Pierre and you decide to retire tomorrow.
Cheetah?
That's true.
Actually,
this is true. Well, no, he didn't really retire. He just went and moved on to belts.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, it's a little different.
He was actually saying, I think it was an interview or something that Machida was saying that the reason he left was because of USADA.
Oh,
which is super weird.
It is weird.
Kind of weird sounding.
I think I actually heard something about that. No, like I forget exactly what he said, but the whole.
Stop playing footsie with me, bro.
Well, move your feet.
Move your feet. So move them away from me.
I am trying to move my feet, but your feet are in my way, which is why you think I'm playing footsie with you.
Jesus.
Regardless of all this. But yeah, he left because of that. But not to chime in on honoring the great former light heavyweight champion.
I'm sorry. It wasn't Lyoto, and that would be weird for Lyoto to say that, but it was Musashi saying
said
that Lyoto Machida left UFC because of drug testing.
Okay.
I mean, Machida's getting a little older. He did get popped once before. I'm also not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Vitor showing up. Actually, apparently there's a picture floating around of Vitor recently now that he's no longer fighting.
Yeah, I saw that. He looks a little
like
bigger.
All swollen.
Yeah. What's that about?
Vitor hints at return. Yeah, man, he's coming back, dude. He's coming back, 100%. He's 100%. Teases his return against multiple MMA legends. He's going to Bellator.
Regardless of that, it seemed like Rashad Evans officially did retire from MMA. Yeah, he was looking really big for no reason.
Look at his fucking traps, bro.
Yeah, that's too.
Come on, man. He's back on the TRT. He's fucking feeling great. Gonna be back to head kicking people, knocking people's eyes loose.
Damn.
Fucking in no time.
Also, moving on. Another former champion in the UFC. Kind of like unfortunately not the most graceful exit as well from the UFC. Johnny Hendricks also announced his retirement this week.
What is
from
his,
the UFC?
What was his nickname?
The Big Rig.
Big Rig, yeah.
Johnny Big Rig
Johnny
Hendricks. The man who was thought to uncrown the welterweight GOAT, George St. Pierre. Everyone thought he won that first fight.
I thought so.
Yeah, afterwards, GSP sort of took a leave of absence, so he vacated the belt. He then fought Robbie Lawler, right? Fought Robbie Lawler.
He won. Yeah, he won the not the interim, the vacant.
The vacant
belt
title. Yeah, from Robbie Lawler in a very very close fight. Very very close fight, but then lost to him in that rematch. Nevertheless, he's still a former UFC heavyweight champion.
And then you welterweight
champion. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But
come on, man, it's fucking weird.
After the George St. Pierre fight, George St. Pierre himself said like the guy hit really hard. It was just really weird because it didn't feel like natural. He himself said it didn't feel natural. He's like he doesn't get how a guy can cut from like 210 pounds down to 170. And look like him. There was just a lot of speculation with the way he was either cutting weight or his diet. No, that is true.
It was weird because he was like the boogeyman. He would just go in there and just land one punch on you, and it was over.
As Joe Rogan said, to quote Joe Rogan, he had magic in his hands, I believe is what he said.
So it was just kind of weird to go from that to him just like not. Like it was like a switch, you know what I mean? It was like on and off.
That's true.
It was just really weird.
And his body definitely like looked depleted and looked a lot bigger. He looked more ballooned up rather than like when he went against GSP, he was fucking jacked. And it was like he was pretty freaking jacked.
And then suddenly like he can no longer make weight. and all these things. Yeah, it's just really weird, man.
There's a weird, I would say the same thing. I mean, I spoke about it a lot.
That John Fitch fight, when that John Fitch went right to the middle of the cage. Boom, one left hand, just fucking out.
John Fitch was out, and I was like, that was back in the day when John Fitch was just like wrestling dudes and like getting decision wins over everybody in the fucking UFC. Everyone was like, yeah, man, if you go against John Fitch, he's literally just gonna wrestle you the fuck out of you. Johnny Hendricks went in there, knocked him out, and how many seconds was it? Was it KO punch? Right there.
12 seconds.
12. Holy balls. Jesus Christ.
Knocking people the fuck out.
He beat Josh Koscheck after that split decision, but then he also KO'd Martin Kampmann somewhat the same way. 45 seconds?
45 seconds.
That's, like you said, that was when he was the boogeyman. That's when everyone was afraid of him.
6-7 years ago.
That's when everybody was like essentially afraid of him in the division. Nobody wanted to, like you said, if he touched you, you just went flying. It was crazy. He went against George St. Pierre, lost that fight. Went against Robbie Lawler, won the belt. Then, like we said, after he lost the belt to Robbie Lawler, and USADA started to chime in around, what was it, like 2015, I guess, maybe? 2015, 2016, USADA got there. And, around that time, he just started losing fights. His physique didn't look too well. Not to shit on his tenure, though, and to shit on, like, what he did with George St. Pierre, because for all we know, maybe he did have an all-deer meat diet that went wrong on him. Maybe he did...
actually did have magic, and the magic ran out.
There you go. Maybe that actually happened. I mean, he was... How old is he? I forgot
how old he was. Maybe there was an expiration on his magic.
Yeah.
34? Man, he's only 34.
Yeah, 34. Yeah, I mean...
He's only 30.
I mean, right now, he would be, like, I guess, like, around the end of his prime. But, yeah, he's been just going downhill for, like, 2 years.
That's still pretty young, right?
Once again, not to shit on him, but just mostly talking about the man's career.
Let's defecate all over this guy.
Goodness.
Okay?
Oh, my goodness.
He's been fighting for 10 years. You know, it's a decent amount of time, but in those 10 years, he's got 26 fights.
Word.
You know, like, I feel like he doesn't have that, I feel like he doesn't have that much wear and tear on him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like you said, it was kind of like a light switch, especially when USADA came in. So there were a lot of, like, you know, lingering faces and people wondering, like, what the deal was. But, you know, one can only speculate, and now I guess we might never know since he's retiring. But, I would say a quick congratulations to both Johnny Hendricks, former welterweight champion, and to the former light heavyweight champion, Rashad Evans.
Yeah, Rashad Evans. I don't want to shit all over Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah,
he had a good career. He won the belt.
Yeah,
and you know, that's a lot more than most people could say. He was a champion.
Well said. And Rashad Evans as well. But
Rashad Evans.
Yeah. To them both, happy retirements. Oh yeah, I think Josh Koscheck also retired, but
yeah, that was kind of quiet.
Yeah, whatever.
Josh Koscheck,
nobody cares.
Former title contender. He got the fight. GSP went home with a fractured orbital. But nobody likes Josh Koscheck.
Yeah, nobody likes Josh Koscheck. I don't like Josh Koscheck. Yeah, so whatever. Well, I mean, you know, congrats on the retirement, dude. Congrats on the retirement.
That's the point. He
Have a good time.
Did a good job at making people not like him.
That's true.
That sold a lot of tickets.
And he had that fighting style, he had a time where he was knocking dudes out when he went for that belt with when he fight George St. Pierre.
Fell in love with
Absolutely.
with his power.
He found the right way to lay that power down on people. He knocked out a lot of people. He was hoping to do it to George St. Pierre, but then George St. Pierre broke his orbital in like the first punch he threw in that fight. So
he was cracking with those jabs.
That was bad.
He couldn't get on a plane after that.
What do you mean?
Because of his the fracture, they wouldn't let him on a plane because the pressure would fuck his shit up. So he had to wait until he got some surgery done.
That's fucked. Jesus. But then after that he had a Bellator. He had a tenure in Bellator.
Yeah, that didn't go too smooth. A lot of people going from UFC to Bellator doesn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Didn't work out very well for Koscheck, for Ben Henderson. Worked out okay for Mousasi and
Rory McDonald.
But I think that kind of shows that I think there is a lot of decent talent in Bellator. You get the guys who are in their prime going.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the guys that are going to dominate when they're in their prime going to Bellator. But if you're on your way out, so to speak, coming from the UFC, you're gonna get exposed, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I wasn't doing too well in the UFC. Coming towards the end of my career, I want to fight in Bellator, and I'm just gonna kick people's asses. Like, no, it's not gonna happen like that.
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, some people do that. I mean, it's funny too because it's such an odd thing when like, remember when like Dana White let go of like John Fitch and was it not Dong Hyun Kim, but at middleweight. Okami, yes, Okami. Apologies, Okami, and like just these random people who are like they're not doing bad. Like Okami, I think had just lost one fight or like lost 2 fights to by decision. But yeah, something was going on.
That
was real awkward. Shit, that was really close. Nobody knew what to do.
That was so awkward.
But
sorry, we're watching Spain versus Russia.
They know
while we talk to you guys.
But yeah, no, he was like dropping people, and he was always saying like he's at the end of his career. Like, come on, he hasn't been that impressive, and blah blah this and that and all this other stuff. And then it's weird because it's like, but Okami lost after that in World Series of Fighting. John Fitch had lost after that too.
I think
Ben Henderson
Okami win a belt.
He won a belt, but I think he lost it like
shit,
pretty quickly afterward, kind of thing. But yeah, like everyone's usually like. It's like you said, no one's ever really wrong when somebody signs a Bellator, other than Rory and like Musasi. I mean, who else has really been like crazy dominant like that and been crazy successful in other organizations? I can't really think of anyone right now.
It's not a walk in the park.
It really isn't a walk in the park. I agree.
This thing's interesting. This Bellator, they created this partnership with this new streaming service called DAZN.
I heard about that. I didn't read about it, but I heard about it. What's that about?
So that is basically a sports streaming service. It's kind of new. I don't really know too much about it. I've heard some people are already using it. So live and on-demand sports streaming. So actually, DAZN is the world's first truly dedicated live sports streaming service, providing fans with limited access to watch the widest array of live and on-demand sports on virtually any internet-connected device. So it's like. What do you call it? Like Sling or YouTube TV or whatever, basically just for sports. So you're getting all your sports in there. So the Bellator 2, I was going to say Bellator 226.
Bellator Tube.
What is it? What is it? Is it it's Bellator 200
201? 202? 201 just happened.
201
just happened with this lady defending her flyweight belt.
Yeah, which Bellator is it?
And Carrie
Melendez came back. 205, 206. That was 205.
What is that?
205 is 205. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was 206. That's my.
I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I'm like, which one are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
Yeah, so 206 or 205 rather is going to be on DAZN exclusively. So if you want to watch it, you have to watch it on DAZN. I mean, I guess that makes sense for them to do that because it's such a big card for them.
Is it a subscribing? It's a subscription service, right?
Versus Fan
How much is that? Like a month?
I think I think also there's a trial, so you don't necessarily have to pay to watch it, but you need to just remember to cancel your shit.
Oh shit!
Actually, wow, what the?
What can I watch on DAZN? What?
There's nothing. There's not a lot of information on it. Bellator, Matchroom. Holy crap! Really? They only have boxing through Matchroom, and then MMA. So they're gonna have 22 events a year.
Okay.
So this is kind of interesting because this thing is
just
so
starting
new.
off. Then. Yeah, it just started off. It
seems so new, and
they don't really have too much content. They just have ways of watching. Interesting.
And I think the idea is also they're with the UFC working with ESPN.
Yeah, I guess. I see that.
They're gonna be streaming a bunch of theirs. I don't know. Everybody wants. It's kind of risky. I feel like it's a little. Maybe if you want something that's a little more well established.
Yeah,
but some brand new thing that the only thing you watch on there is Bellator. I
guess maybe they should also watch out on whoever it is that they partner in boxing, because boxing is also apparently going to be on that channel. Maybe they need to see if if there's going to be WBO or WBC fights, then this definitely helps us out. But if not, then
it's Matchroom boxing. I don't really know.
I don't really know.
I'm not. I know boxing, but I don't know.
White. Paco.
It's the guy Amir Khan.
Was this IBOs or WBO or WBCs, IBF, and
HBO.
Khan. Oh, I know
WWE.
Khan. Yeah, Khan versus Vargas. Oh, Vargas. Okay. Okay, so there's some... Huh. All right, interesting.
Oh, Anthony Joshua. Oh, okay. Oh.
Guess what is... So I guess maybe Matchroom Boxing
I guess it depends
is just...
on what the...
I guess maybe it's just a streaming service for whatever kind of boxing. It's not a particular kind of... Because White, I know Parker. Right? Yeah,
I
know
think...
Parker.
I mean, it's weird to me. Like, what is it exactly? Is it like HBO boxing, like Showtime boxing, that kind of thing?
Maybe they show
Or
that,
like,
yeah.
Matchroom Sport, the sport event promotion. Ah, it's a promotion company.
But I mean, it seems like they're showing people from like other organizations. So.
Yeah, but these are their promoters. Yeah, so this is their stable. They have a stable.
Oh,
Sounds very sounds like very WWE-ish.
Cool.
But yeah, so they have their roster. So they're just doing all the promotion.
They're gonna be on DAZN, I guess.
That's
yeah,
okay. That's cool.
No, yeah,
They got a
we'll see
couple
how
of
that
fighters on
happens. You gotta make moves somehow. Bellator's definitely trying to make moves. They're trying to.
I don't know.
Get that money.
But they're not moving at the pace of UFC. They're not making the same kind of deals. I don't know.
That's true.
It's rough. It's
just crazy once you have, because honestly, people
Dude,
like
they're half an hour in extra time already.
Jesus. Oh, it's pouring. God damn. Still watching the game.
Isn't it a half an hour is over, right?
Yeah.
So aren't they gonna have to go to penalty soon?
No, I'm not sure if they do two overtime. They might do two overtimes.
I thought it was 2:15.
And then penalties.
Was it 2:30s? 2:30 sides or 2:15 sides?
I think it might have been 2:15 sides. I think they might have. No. I think it's two. Maybe it might be two. Just look it up. God damn it. They changed the overtime rules a lot anyway.
2 15-minute halves, yeah.
But it's been okay.
So it's been almost. It's gonna be over. So they're gonna have to go to penalties. Damn.
I guess that's weird though, because they usually have like a break in between the 15 minutes, but whatever. I guess it was just like a water break or something. But yeah, I guess they might have to go to penalties after that. That's going to be
really bad while you're playing.
That would suck,
right? Or you have to take a shit, like a massive shit.
That would suck. That would probably fuck up. I feel like that would fuck up your whole system. I feel like they definitely have like a, what the hell? Oh, they're mad because they're happy because they're going to penalties.
I guess like we survived.
Maybe.
I guess a lot of people don't really expect Russia to beat Spain.
I mean, to be honest,
is historically a much stronger.
Spain hasn't had the best. They didn't have the best FIFA last year. Last FIFA, should I say?
Russia didn't even qualify.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is in
Russia's
Russia,
back
so
at home. Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of an advantage with that.
Right, like if you're hosting it, you're automatically
going
in
to penalties. That's
wait. So what happens if next time when it's not next time, but the time after that when it's U.S., Canada, it's like basically North America? Are all three countries going to have their team automatically qualified?
No.
Isn't it like that where your team automatically is qualified if you host it?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure World Cup.
You might be. Actually, I think you might be right about that. But I don't know enough about soccer to know. I just watch it every 4 years.
Home and away.
It's really hot.
Or hosting.
Often.
Fuck, host. Oh, there you go. Yeah. See, like Russia qualified because they're host.
Ah, okay. All right.
The date of what? Oh, that's funny. Date of qualification 2010 because it was announced.
Oh, nice.
2000.
So U.S. and Mexico and Canada are definitely going to be. Huzzah!
You can't have all of them.
Why not?
Because that would be ridiculous. You're going to have 3 spots taken up because of the...
Well, also I heard in the 2026 World Cup, they're going to start doing, instead of 32 teams, 48 teams. Yeah.
That's
the group stages are going to get bigger. Yeah.
That's excessive.
I know. It is. The group stages are going to get fat, and I think it's going to be like 10 more days of soccer. No.
Great. What do you want? Fucking nothing to get done during fucking June and July? Holy shit.
Well, it's only every 4 years. Goddamn.
I know.
But
we basically have 2 months out of the year every 4 years that nothing gets fucking done.
Word. All right.
That's fine. That's acceptable. It is World Cup. True.
Let's see what else happened this week. I think that was about it for major events.
Sorry for all the World Cup talk.
It's all good. It's not like anybody's saying anything anyways. I don't care.
Roxanne Modafferi. Hell yeah.
Roxanne.
She's coming back again. I feel like this is like her 3rd time in the UFC.
She's great. I love her. I love her cosplay shit.
Yeah, that's fun.
Cosplay shit's really cool. Yeah. What the fuck is it?
Did you see the...
Not Edmund.com. I went to Edmund.
So yeah, this past Friday, it was Bellator.
Yeah, Bellator 201 with
Let's,
was it Ilima or Lima? Is that double L or is that an I-L? Alima Leia?
I think it's Alima Lay
Alima
McFarlane.
Lay, yeah.
Defended her flyweight championship.
Word.
Against I forget who she was fighting. I forget her name. Sorry.
Damn.
Very rude of me.
Damn, that is rude of you. You gonna talk about something you don't
Forget
even
the
know
young
what you're
lady's
talking
name.
about?
My apologies.
Do your goddamn research.
No, never mind. I was gonna say it wasn't Valerie Letourneau, but Valerie Letourneau did win her fight. She fought
Alejandra Lara. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it was a fight that was primarily contested on the ground, where McFarlane got the better of the grappling, threatening with submissions, and keeps Lara perpetually on the defensive.
McFarlane, you saw her.
I did see her
little
knockout.
Lilo
though.
Stitch
Nice.
shit, little outfit. She came out and her trainer was wearing like this like Lilo like onesie.
No, I
with
didn't.
his big ass belly coming out.
No, I didn't. That
was actually pretty funny.
That's funny. That's adorable. They let them do things like that in Bellator. They let them be, you know.
They let them have.
They let them have personalities. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, they had that fight on that.
Where is it? There you go. Look. And she did a little cosplay too, Lara.
Yeah, that looks familiar. I'm not sure where that's from
I'm not
though.
Sure, yeah. It was like little Lilo Stitch.
Yeah.
It was a big ass belly.
Funny enough, Valerie Letourneau did fight that night. She beat Christina Williams by unanimous decision. Speaking of which, oh wow.
Oh my child. All right. Anyway.
Damn.
I can't see that. Oh shoot! Oh yeah, it's penalties going on right now.
Oh man.
They just got one.
Okay, we got penalties going on, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, guys.
So you'll have to
excuse us.
Spain makes the first one in. Goddamn right. There you go. While we do this, though, I will be looking at random things we can talk about. Oh man, I almost forgot about this shit. Okay. About the ONE FC's event the other day, and there was a the middleweight fight between God damn it, I gotta take a look at this now because apparently this was like a slobber knocker.
Oh damn, Russia got one.
Here we go. Highlights. Ang La Sang wins the greatest match we've ever seen at the ONE Championship 75. What was it? It was titled ONE Championship 75. I think
You gotta stop calling it ONE FC. It's ONE Championship.
Yeah, I know. Just FC rolls off the tongue so well. Yeah. Fight of the year, they called it. Both men dug deep. I saw bits of the fight. It was a friggin' slobber knocker. If you can, or if you have the ONE Championship app, I would suggest definitely watching this fight. Ang La Sang and Ken Hasegawa fought to the 5th round in a back and forth fight. If you even see both of their faces before they start the 5th round, you'll see what I mean. They both have just their eyes are swollen shut essentially. But it was a big slobber knocker. They went back and forth with the boxing and the striking. And then Ang, the champion, Sang, I'm going to call him Sang.
Sang in the membrane?
Sure. The champion, Sang, got an uppercut out of nowhere with like a minute and 30 left in the 5th round and got a KO finish. But what a match, though, apparently. He also holds... Oh, wow. He retains... He's the middleweight He's the middleweight champion and the welterweight champion.
Is he really? They have 2 double champions?
They have 2 double champions, yeah. Because
what's the other guy? Featherweight and lightweight, I think.
Yeah, he's featherweight and lightweight. I forget the man's name, but yeah,
he actually fought at the. He beat Angela Lee's brother.
Yeah, Christian Lee.
Christian Lee, yeah.
Yeah, Christian Lee.
I think that was the second time beating him. Because they'd fought before.
They fought at featherweight once, and then he came back. Yeah, he defended his belt twice with him already. He's like a young guy, but he's still doing his thing. But yeah, apparently that was a really great contest between 2 world-class middleweights. He didn't make it in. Jesus, did he miss one?
Yeah. Holy crap.
Spain misses a penalty.
Oh.
What are they? 2-1 or 1-1?
I don't know. Why don't they have the thing? They're not showing the.
It is true. Why don't they have that?
Like there's no ticker, or not ticker, like a
score
card thing.
Scorecard thing.
That's right. That's right. You know what you did. That one guy's face. That's hilarious. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's 1. So they missed 1. This is the 3rd one for Russia. Block it, block it, block it. Oh my god.
Jesus.
That was close. Almost.
Damn.
Grab that one. Was he wearing the Nurmagomedov that hat?
Yeah, the Sambo. Damn,
Wow,
right above him
really?
too. Jesus
You
Christ.
could have just stood still, bro.
Yeah, man.
He hit it right down the center.
You better not lose this one. If he
Wow.
doesn't make this one, if he doesn't
It's
make this
probably
one,
over
then
if he misses
Russia needs to make one more, and then they're good. Fuck.
Because if you miss this, then yeah, Russia just that's it.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. If you're
This is very
watching the same,
important.
if you're watching the same thing we're watching, you understand. Oh, it's that guy with the haircut you don't like.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Haircut. All right. Haircut didn't fuck it up. Way to go,
Yeah,
haircut.
I'm sorry, but this is World Cup's more important than you or I or anyone.
There you go. Well said. But yeah, the double champion, the double welterweight and middleweight champion, Engla Nsang definitely proves why he is a world champion in the middleweight division with this fight. If you guys want to check it out, I would suggest doing so. It was pretty tight.
Block it, block it, block it, block it. Block it with your face. Block it with your anything.
Oh man.
Block it.
Oh,
again.
Again, Jesus.
That's that same fucking thing.
Russia
right
needs
down
to
the
make.
middle.
Spain needs to make this one in, and then Russia, if they make one more, they win anyway.
No.
Yeah, because this is the fifth one.
Oh no! If Russia makes it in, no, this is the fourth one.
Well, no, but Spain missed one. So right now,
Yeah, no,
Spain
so
needs to
if
make this
Russia-
next one, and then Spain can't make the last one because if Spain makes the last,
No,
Russia
Russia
makes the
can't
last
make
one.
the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you.
That sucks, man.
If Spain
a
misses,
lot
this
of
is it.
pressure right
So
now.
much pressure on this guy.
Oh, this guy.
Oh no. Oh, he's nervous.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Breathe deep. Oh, I didn't even want to look.
God damn it. That's
What?
crazy.
What are you talking to him for?
Penalties are the worst. It's so tense.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
He's going in. He's going in for a strike.
Oh my god!
Fuck!
Did you really just whiff it?
Wow.
He just shaked it. It didn't even go near the net.
It didn't
You-
go
Oh
anywhere
my god! This
near
guy's
the net.
this guy's
He
over, bro.
Fuck that.
This guy is
Wow.
gone, bro. This guy is fucking gone, man. Get this guy out of here. Get this guy out of
Russia advances to the quarterfinals.
Holy shit.
Holy
They
shit.
shouldn't. They weren't even supposed to be there. They're just
Dude, man. The Simpsons predicted it. The Simpsons predicted
they
it's
really?
gonna be Mexico and Russia in the final. That's
Yeah,
what they
that's what I-
predicted. The Simpsons have predicted plenty of things that have been happening lately. It's really weird. Check out any meme online.
Who
Damn.
is that? What's this guy's name? Number 17. Jesus.
Oh,
it
no!
was off his
Oh,
foot.
wow! That was
Oh, I
such
thought he
luck.
shanked it.
What luck!
That is super
Jesus.
lucky. Holy shit.
He literally dove to the right and was able to kick it with the
He
foot.
fucking hit it with his
wow, that was
That's the save of the fucking
that's the
century
save
right
of the
there, bro.
that's a pretty great fucking save. That's like
I
what
thought
the
it was
fuck?
his-
He
I thought he
literally,
shanked
yo,
it. I
you
didn't
damn
realize that.
dude, you saw the smile on his face too, because he saw him going to the left and he's like, "Fuck, that ball's right there."
Wow.
Bam! His foot just slightly kicked it.
Oh my god, what a
Wow.
fucking save. I give it to him.
Yeah, that was in.
Wow.
Damn. Spain is out.
That's
I had Spain winning it all. Well, let's see what Belgium can do now. Belgium is my
Holy
second.
crap. Fuck Belgium.
Belgium is good.
They knocked Ireland out.
Well,
So fuck them.
maybe Ireland should get better.
Maybe they should. Anyway, back to MMA.
Back to MMA, everyone. Sorry, my team.
Sorry, allergies.
Fuck.
He can't believe he hit that with his fucking foot. Wow. If that ball was like an inch higher, he would have gone it.
He couldn't even. Damn,
my
yo.
God.
Like literally, if that ball was an inch higher.
It's like he dove. I feel like he dove a little late, and then he just kind of.
Yo, the Russian coach is such like a stirred fucking dude. He's like,
He's just so stoic.
he's like, what did you think was gonna happen? That or he's thinking like, all right, the quarterfinals. It's not the finals. the Kremlin can still get me.
It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I hope Putin is happy.
I've
Putin
served,
should be there, right?
I've served my master well. I don't know.
I think Putin
I
should
feel
be
like
there.
they would have put him on camera, but I
Yeah,
haven't
right?
seen him at all. Maybe for like the finals.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there have been like a couple of representatives from countries there. Damn, yo. It was supposed to. It should have gone in. That could have gone in. That would have gone in.
That could have really easily gone in.
Fucking foot. Foot from God. Should probably call it.
That's why his haircut. Why is it his hair like ends there? It's dumb. I blame that guy's haircut. Anyway.
Regardless of all that, let's move on. Moving on
forward
to
amicably.
The sport of dreams and the sport of champions. That's right, MMA. Champion. So really only is one per division. Whatever that. Alright, and what else are we going to look at? Is there any crazy things, anything going on this week for Fight Week? Because I know Fight Week always has, like, random stuff going on. Like, they have, like, the pool party, and then they have, like, a game night kind of thing at, like, random places in Vegas. I know it doesn't matter because we're not there.
Game night, like what? Like Monopoly?
I don't know, maybe.
Like Parcheesi?
Yeah. Apparently, Drake name-dropped Max Holloway on one of his songs in a new album.
Oh, and Scorpion?
Something about Max from mentioning something about Max being blessed.
Because he is. And he's fighting Brian T. City Ortega on Saturday. It's going to be a fucking crazy fight. These guys are both youngins.
Fucking
both in their prime right now.
Holy balls. It's going to be good.
You know, I think I worried about with Max is that he takes a lot of damage. But he's like okay with it.
He's Hawaiian, bro. Those guys are crazy.
He's just got, he'll dish it out. He'll take it. And, but, it doesn't work. It doesn't lend well to like longevity in fighting. Look at Gaethje.
Gaethje says he probably only has 4 fights left. I think he's literally just gonna do the rest of his like UFC contract, get as much money as he can, headline as much as he can.
The same way the whole time.
I mean, yeah.
He just wants to put on fight.
At this point, it's kind of like he said it himself. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna work on some things.
Bless you.
Excuse me. And he mentioned that he was going to try to take less strikes with his future bouts. So, I mean, honestly, just his fight with James Vick will tell. And honestly, a person like James Vick is probably a great test for him because he's such a long fighter. Like, Gaethje usually tries to get on the inside and, like, rip a person apart, like, take him out in the body. Like,
so
if he can rip in those...
kind of circle the cage.
If he can rip in those leg kicks on James Vick and kind of, like, take out one of James Vick's limbs, he could... Definitely do some damage. Like
it was tough. It's just
stylistically,
inside.
Stylistically, frame wise, just looking at both fighters, you can see James Vick like probably getting the better of this. It is a big fight for him. Absolutely,
I feel like definitely a step up. He's had this coming for a while. He's been
fighting,
and tough like on that live season. Cruz versus Dillashaw. That was a while.
He was injured for like a while though. He did have like an injury.
He
did have like an injury, I think, in his leg for like a while, and he was out for like a solid year and a half.
Yeah, but he's been.
But no, he's been like consistent. This is absolutely true. Let me take a look at his. What is this?
And he's a good fighter, man. He's got really solid boxing.
He does. He has. He's really smart. He knows how to take advantage of the reach that he has.
He's a big 155er.
He's a big dude. He has submissions as well too. He has submissions. 6'3". And fights in 155-pound division. It's crazy. He's so far the only person he's lost to in the UFC is Beneil Dariush. Like 2 years ago. But other than that, he's literally like, let me see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he won 8 out of his last 9, which are like the 9 fights he's had in the UFC. Out of those 9 fights, 5 of them are finishes. A submission guillotine against Randy Ninjam, another guillotine against Jake Matthews, a Darce choke against Abel Trujillo, TKO by punches to Pollo Reyes, TKO to punches by Joseph Duffy, which I actually thought was really impressive because I know Joseph Duffy is really like technically skilled striker.
Yeah, that was a big. And Joseph Duffy's had a couple of those where like it was like this is make or break. This is kind of to show like who's at that level because he was coming in very promising. I think Duffy won his first or second fight, and he looked good. He was the only guy to beat Conor. Him and Diaz.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he came in looking good. He was using his boxing. It's just, I mean, when people put the pressure on him, he either, I don't know, he gets tired or he just like he doesn't know how to handle the wrestling. So I don't know. That's what happened. But I mean, James Vick TKO'd him in the second round at 4 minutes and 59 seconds of that round. And then after that, he beat his last fight at UFC Fight Night, Cowboy versus Yancy Medeiros. He won a decision against Francisco Trinaldo. That was in February.
That's impressive.
That was in February. Yeah, so he has a headliner coming. This actually makes all the sense in the world. Him to be headlining a card.
Breakout fight.
It could be, absolutely. Yeah, after this, he could be fighting for the belt or fighting a top contender or something like that.
Definitely not fighting for the belt, but he could fight potentially contender. Fight like a. He could maybe fight like I was gonna say maybe Poirier Alvarez winner or something.
It's true. Yeah, he could do that.
Although I feel like that one could even be like the next. But there's so many fucking people at 155. It doesn't make sense.
Because
it doesn't make any goddamn sense. There's so many people.
It's a Shark Tank, bro. It's a Shark Tank of people, man.
Khabib,
the lightweight division technically has 3 champions.
Can I call him Bieber?
Who?
I'm gonna call Khabib Bieber.
Why?
I don't know. Khabib, Bieber. Bieber's the champ. You guys got Tony Ferguson, who's recovering, coming back relatively soon, I guess.
The division literally has 3 champions.
You got freaking
the current champion,
is huge.
The vacant champion,
you got Conor McGregor coming back,
and the freaking what do you call Tony Ferguson?
Bro. Tony Ferguson, the former interim champ. I don't know because he's not. They stripped it from him.
He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost ever. So I don't see
undisputed former interim champ.
Man. Imagine if Max Holloway actually fought Khabib at MSG, if he was able to, and then imagine if Max Holloway beat Khabib somehow. Then the lightweight division would have been even more fun because you got the featherweight champion as a lightweight champion now, and you have the top 3 guys who haven't even fought each other.
I forgot. You got Kevin Lee too, who just beat Barboza.
Kevin Lee, Jesus Christ!
Oh my God, and everyone's thinking these young guys coming up.
I mean, that's probably another reason why it's taking so long for James Vick to come up because he's had wins, but
it's like a traffic jam at 155. Pretty much.
To tell you the truth, I mean, Jake Matthews. Sure, he fought Jake Matthews, but Jake Matthews is a young guy. He's a young guy who doesn't exactly have the most wins. He's not exactly a top prospect, a title contender. Who else did he beat? He beat Ramsey Ninjum in 2013 when Ramsey Ninjum was fresh off of The Ultimate Fighter, maybe, or a couple years fresh off of The Ultimate Fighter.
It's just such a stacked division.
The first guy that he fought, funny enough, that had top 10, top 10 under him was Beneil Dariush at UFC 199, and he lost that by KO punches.
I think it's because lightweight
probably why they brought him back down.
I feel like lightweight's the most and welterweight too, the most average weights, I guess, for the average person.
I guess so.
You get a lot of people who are in that weight area.
Maybe you could say something like that. I guess. Yeah. So and height and frame wise as well. Yeah, there are a lot of people in the world
who are average.
5'8", between 6 foot, 6'1". Yeah, and that's usually lightweight, welterweight. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, 150, but I guess you're cutting weight, and you got some people who are in the 60s to the 80s range. It's very average. So it's
But
there's just a lot of fucking people, man.
Yeah.
And it's talent stacked. It's crazy. You got Michael Chiesa fighting Anthony Pettis. I don't know what's going on, man. Anthony Pettis has not won a fight in so damn long. I was actually...
Chiesa lost his last fight against freaking Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
Kevin Lee
that was a long time ago, dude.
That was maybe a year ago, yeah. I mean, after that... Chiesa's been out because of McGregor.
Yeah, well, that's why... Well, he was going to fight Pettis before. Well, no, he was going to be out anyway because...
Chiesa made some sort of statement about Conor McGregor this week. Fought. Actually, I forgot what he did, but he made some sort of statement against Conor McGregor this week about the whole bus dolly incidents and something about
he was suing him.
He was you took my title shot. Because he was saying, I could have probably had a title shot that night against Khabib.
No.
They approached...
They went to Pettis.
They went to Pettis, but then Pettis couldn't,
No, Pettis was trying to negotiate...
Yeah, he was trying to get more money. Yeah. And then they were no, fuck that. So then they went to Chiesa. They went to Chiesa and they asked him about it. Why do you think they went all the way down to, Felder
and Iaquinta? I guess because Chiesa is 9.
Exactly.
Chiesa is 9, yeah.
They would have gone to Chiesa after that. And, Chiesa, because he had to get stitches in his fucking eye or whatever the hell it was, he couldn't fight that night either. He literally ruined that evening for
fucked out of that opportunity to fight. I think he was suing Conor for $1 million or something.
Good, do it.
Conor's got plenty of millions.
Exactly. He's got about 100. He's got about 100. So I'm sure he could spare one.
He could sell one of his cars or something.
There you go. Boom.
It's okay.
But yeah, I'm going to check out. Let's talk about the undefeated finale real quick. I'll be honest with you guys. Well, the last episode is going to take place this Thursday, Wednesday. This Wednesday. That's Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's going to be Jay Cuccinelli versus Tyler Diamond. Whoever wins that is going to go against Brad Katona at the featherweight as a featherweight finale for the Ultimate Fighter Undefeated.
I think
What's it?
I think Tyler Diamond was that guy that was with what's his face? With Clay Guida at that Combates fight, and then they got into like a little scuffle with Nate Diaz. I think he's the one who got slapped by Nate Diaz.
Did he really? Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. I think he's kind of like a brash, like not that he's full of himself, but he does have like a particular confidence of him that I've seen in the Ultimate
Tyler
Fighter.
Diamond.
Yeah, I think some people in the house don't really get along with him too well.
He kind of sounds like a porn star.
Yeah,
Tyler Diamond.
it's true. It's weird that you know male porn star names, but whatever. Do you?
I was doing research for my own.
Going to be going against Jay Cuccinelli.
I settled on Buck Nasty.
Jay Cuccinelli is actually a fill-in for Ricky Steele, who pulled out
Ricky Steamboat
due to a concussion. Damn, he got like a concussion at some point during the training.
That shit will fuck your career up, man.
Yeah,
Remember
fuck yeah, dude.
this guy was also a lightweight. I forget his name now. Fuck. Grant.
TJ Grant.
TJ Grant.
TJ Grant. Yeah, he was
he
supposed to fight Ben. He was supposed to fight Ben.
Right?
He was supposed to fight Benson Henderson for the lightweight belt, and then training for that fight, he got
was looking good too, man.
He was at welterweight. He looked pretty good at welterweight. He had a couple of fight of the night performances, but then when he went down to lightweight, he just started starching dudes.
Yeah.
Starching motherfuckers when he went to lightweight. He kept
destroyed freaking
Gray Maynard, knees and punches. He fucking KO'd
eliminator,
Matt Wiman.
Wow, yeah, it was 2013, dude.
Yeah, man, that was a while ago. And he was having problems with his concussions for like 2 years after that. So after that, he was straight up. I don't know that he officially retired, but he could.
He would go back to training, and then he would feel weird, and then.
I think the thing with like concussions and like brain injuries is like usually they're kind of like we need to let it heal itself. You kind of just need to
know how long it's gonna
take it easy. You can't do things that like stress you out too much. Like they'll tell you to kind of live like a normal life kind of thing. Obviously, you can't be an athlete. You can't do all these things. So, and they'll tell you like do this for like 2 years. Like you need like at least like 700 days of you like being okay, and then we'll see how your brain activity is and like if it's gotten like better, if you've had any concussions or if there are any signs in your like brain of you getting future concussions or stuff like that. Because once you get a concussion, they can see that. They can see that in your brain. They can see like you've had 4 concussions. Like they can tell you that. Did you have 4 concussions like the past year or something like that? And like you got to stop that shit because your brain's gonna be all
Yeah, man.
You don't want that shit.
It's,
and even not now,
a lot
like
of boxers,
even
MMA
and also
fighters.
they also check out because of that. They also check out how your brain is doing after like 2 years, and they're like, if you've gotten worse, then it's like, all right, this is gonna be an ongoing thing. You need to retire, and like you can't fight anymore because the more you get hit in the face and the more you're gonna get hit in the head, the worse this thing that you already have is gonna get worse.
Yeah, of course.
It's fucking crazy. Getting hit in the head, getting a concussion fucking sucks. It literally ruined TJ Grant's fucking career.
It's a brain injury.
It fucking Amanda Nunes essentially made like I don't want to say with Kat
Zingano?
Yeah, it kind of gave Kat Zingano like brain damage. Yeah, like fucking A, dude.
Injury, yeah.
That was a nuts fight, and it's crazy too because
Amanda Nunes, she's got freaking cement.
And it's crazy because like Kat Zingano won that fight. Because the first round was Amanda Nunes or fucking up Kat Zingano and going down with the strikes and punching her and doing all that shit. The ref let it go. This is the one time where like when the ref let a fight go and it actually turned around and came back and the other fighter came to win, but like that was a chance. And regardless of that, she still got brain damage.
I said she didn't
got
leave
fucked
that octagon unscathed.
Absolutely not, dude. And after that, she was just having problems for like a while.
Yeah.
It's crazy when that kind of shit happens. I don't know, it's just fucking nuts. And it sucks too because it's like, I think what Kat Zingano's like in her 30s maybe, her early 30s, mid 30s. She's like a single mom. She's like
crazy, man.
A widower.
She's a lot of shit.
She's a widower. She's a widow. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, her freaking husband killed himself.
Fucking nuts, dude.
He was also, I think they were running a gym together.
Yeah, they were.
You know, and that's like a lot of fucking.
And that was all happening in the prime of her career. That was
right
all
after
happening,
she broke her leg, missed the fucking title shot with fucking Rousey.
Yep.
A lot, man. She's got a fucking crazy ass story, dude.
Yeah, man. Fucking
she's
crazy.
36, yeah, so she's gonna be done soon.
She lost her last 2 fights, I think, right?
She's gonna fight Marion right now.
Goddamn.
So she's got her next fight coming up 2 weeks. Is that 2 weeks? Oh no, it's VSC fight night.
July 14th. No, that's in I forget which one that is.
That fight night.
Ketlin Vieira.
Yeah, she beat her. Had beaten her. Oh no, this is the one that's that one. I'm looking for. Hey, keep it in your pants, bro.
I'm trying.
Ivanov. Oh, is it Boise? Yeah, it's Boise. There's every time I think of like a card, this card it's on fucking Boise.
Yeah, man.
They put a lot of cards, things in there.
Well, they always try to like have a pretty big card the first time they're somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time they're gonna be in Boise, and then the first time they're gonna be in Lincoln, Nebraska. So that's why they're probably putting well-known names there. But yeah, man, it's fucking crazy when that kind of shit happens, dude. She's fighting then. Who else is fighting on that card? I'm not sure, but if we can, I guess we'll head back to the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale. The card for this.
We're like a fucking pinball machine.
We're going back and forth.
I mean, there's not much to talk about. Let's be honest. This card is not all that great. They got Brett Tavares and
versus
Israel Adesanya.
We'll see what Adesanya does. How he if he continues. It was almost canceled, the main event, because Tavares had like a foot injury or something like that. But yeah, apparently his team announced that he was still going to be competing in the fight.
He's been around for a long time.
I think Thiago Santos was announced as a replacement if Tavares pulls out. But for now, the main event is still going on. Obviously the winner of the lightweight bracket will be on there, and the featherweight bracket from the Ultimate Fighter show. That's going to be happening. And also another fight I was actually looking forward to. Oh, Roxanne Modafferi. Roxanne Modafferi is back. She's going against Barb Hunchak, the former flyweight champion of is it a flyweight champion? I think flyweight champion in Invicta. But yeah, love me some Roxanne Modafferi. I remember before she was just like a straight up Brazilian jiu-jitsu ace, and she wasn't too good on the feet at all. I remember when she was like in the Ultimate Fighter.
Awkward, yeah.
When she was in the Ultimate Fighter and like Miesha Tate was like her coach and shit. Yeah, she was like a really awkward way of striking. But then like after that, she went into Invicta, got her striking better, started looking like a fucking beast everywhere. Started mauling bitches and then fucking throwing them on the ground, choking them out, handling her jiu-jitsu business the way she does. But yeah, like she's even and how old is she right now?
Old. No, I don't know.
Damn. 82. Yeah, she's 35. So she's getting around to like the prime of her career. Yeah, she's getting around like the prime, like the end of the prime of her career. But
2 years old.
She's getting better though.
Pretty old.
She's getting better as she grows up, as she gets older. And Barb Hunchak, how old is she? I feel like she's also been.
She is 38.
Yeah. I feel like they've both been around for a while. Yeah.
That's a hard 38.
Damn.
Sorry.
But
Sorry,
yeah.
Barb.
Barb, I know, is known for her she's known for her wrestling and like she really puts the pressure on like chicks and really like takes them down, fucks them up and shit like that. I like that a lot about her. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's definitely a styles makes fight match. You got Roxanne Modafferi with her jiu-jitsu and her newfound striking, and Barb Hunchak with the pressure. We'll see how that goes. I'm pretty excited for that. That should be pretty cool. Other than that, also actually, Montana De La Rosa is going against Rachel Ostovich. It's so funny. I'm really excited for like the women's flyweight bouts because I really want there to be like I feel like there are contenders, but I feel like there isn't a legit top contender right now. You got Valentina Shevchenko trying to make her way down from being a top contender in bantamweight, which will be like easy for her to do because she was a top welterweight. And like I said, it's not the most skilled deep division. Settle down. Rachel Ostovich is a very beautiful young woman. Yes, very much so. But yeah, definitely she's been getting better, especially since she's gotten into the UFC. I think she's a mom, so they might be real. But well, she's a mom, so I don't know.
That's real. But these are. I don't think.
Nevertheless. Yeah, excited for these women's flight. Excited for I see you're distracted. These women's flyweight bouts, and we'll see if a couple of top contenders come out of that. For all we know, maybe in the future we'll see the winner of both bouts go against each other. But yeah, you got a couple of other fights with some of the hopefuls in the house. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're fake.
Cool. So we got a couple of other people that are in the tough house.
Science. I'm a scientist, sorry.
We got Luis Pena going against Richie Smolin. I believe there were two contenders in the house. Yeah, they were both lightweights. We'll see how they do.
Violent Bob Ross?
Richie Smolin. Yeah. There you go. He got actually injured during the after the quarterfinals. that he won against Jose Martinez Jr. And then John Gunter took his spot. John Gunter, of course, lost to Mike Trezano, and Mike Trezano will now be in the lightweight bracket finals against Joe Giannetti. But Violent Bob Ross will be fighting Richie Smullen. What is that?
This is him in a Muay Thai fight.
Oh,
bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Yeah, bang. He's landing those. Oh, what a flying knee. He stiffened up his leg.
Another one.
My goodness. Violent Bob Ross, indeed. We just saw a highlight of a Muay Thai fight Luis Pena was in. He essentially landed a double flying knee. He landed a flying knee.
2 flying knees.
Went for another jab, and then landed the same flying knee. Stiffed him up with the first flying knee, and then finished it off with the second flying knee. That was impressive. Boom. That was the first flying knee to stiff him up. He doesn't know where he's at. And boom, the other flying knee to finish it off. Wow. That's very impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive striking performance.
Don't trust
He has Prince with an afro in his background. That's great. And he has a
with
Bob
Ross.
That's great. I love it.
What the fuck? Why is his profile picture of Getty Images?
Shout out to Getty Images for handling Luis Pena's profile photo. But he'll be going against Richie Smullen, who also I think lost in the quarter. Well, he lost in the quarterfinals.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. I'm one of the best fighters and one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen.
Hold my drink, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Rick James.
Rick
James.
Bitch.
We have a featherweight bout as well with Matt Bissett going against Steven Peterson.
I actually kind of want this.
Matt Bissett. Okay.
I kind of want this.
I thought this were. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I want to see how good he is. Then I'll get a shirt of his. But we have that going on. Violent Bob Ross will be making his UFC debut.
All right, let's say that. If he wins, we're getting this shirt. We're both getting it.
Okay, I'm down.
Is that kind of weird if we both get it?
Yeah.
Might be both.
But whatever.
Yeah. If he wins, I'll get it.
We don't have a shirt together. We should get a shirt together.
Yeah, we can match. We can hold hands.
That's what me and Yuri do, and we both wear our poutine shirts.
We can.
I want to have matching shirts. I want to have at least one matching shirt with all of my friends.
we can stroll through the gardens.
I see what you're doing.
We can light a candle. All right,
you're spoiling it. You already spoiled it.
Ruining it.
But pretty good looking card. Couple of good fights. I want to check it out, of course. A couple of good fights for that. And check out the Tough Finale. The Tough Finale will be on Fox Sports 1, right? Yeah, Fox Sports 1 at 10 p.m. The main card will be on at 10 p.m. I think the prelims will be.
There's no prelims.
There's no prelims?
Nope. It's all FS1. Just one card. It's just like a long main card. I think they have like 2 more fights than usual. 1 or 2 more fights than usual.
Does it start at 10 though? Or is it starting at 8 then? Because that's what
I didn't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
Let's see.
I actually have that.
Starts at 10. Starts at 10.
Starts at 10.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see that. Yeah, goddamn. All right. So it's gonna be a pretty long main card then.
9 fight card.
Yeah, it's a 9 fight. Okay, holy shit. So I guess everybody just be ready if you're on the East Coast to be awake until like 2 a.m. Seems like it's gonna be a really long, really late fight card for us on the East Coast, starting
Big
at 10 p.m.
Big fight for Adesanya.
But
he gets ranked if he wins this.
Yeah, he gets ranked if he wins this. I mean, Brad Tavares has been like around for a while. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. This could be a changing of the guard. It could be a continuation. Oh, yeah, also Alex Caceres is fighting.
3/4 guard?
Alex Caceres is also fighting against... Who is this? Martin Bravo, El Toro. Bravo.
Alex Caceres, man, I had a lot of high hopes for him, but he's not really.
He's still a fun fighter, though. He's still a fun fighter. He brings the fun fights, and it's still entertaining.
Jair Rodriguez was kind of like... It was like, all right, whoever wins this is going to be...
That guy.
It's going to be that guy.
It was Jair Rodriguez, yeah.
Jair Rodriguez, yeah.
Then he got fired. And then he got hired again. So that's not bad.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was an interesting 2 weeks. That was an interesting 2 weeks. But yeah, check out the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Boom, and then the day after, you got motherfucking UFC 226, one of the best damn cards in known history.
It's apologies to anybody, all the fighters on the Ultimate Fighter season finale card.
Fuck them. This is the card, right?
Yeah, I mean, this card is... Goddamn, this card is stacked. It's really, really hard to get.
The Ultimate Fighter finale is, the appetizer. This is the main course, you know what I'm saying?
This is true.
All right.
Okay. I can't even disagree. But goddamn, look at that. You got Dan Hooker against Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, Felder Perry on the
early
prelims.
prelims, dude.
That's the first fight of the whole damn thing.
What? Actually, I think it's Jamie Moyle against Emily Whitmire. That might be the first fight.
I mean,
but I'm excited for that one, though.
Venata's fighting.
Venata
first close. That's pretty decent.
Man,
Venata would be sick if he can
fights.
just protect his face sometimes. He takes too much damage.
He's one of those kinds of fighters, man. He goes in there,
exciting.
He just bites on this fucking mouthpiece and fucks motherfuckers up, man.
No, but he's got style. He's like he's got good movement. He just
absolutely. He keeps his hands on, though. He always keeps his hands on.
Yeah.
That's how he fights, bro. That's how he almost beat one of the top-ranked lightweights.
He needs to move his head, protect his head.
Tony Ferguson. Did he just spear that Spaniard? That Russian just speared that Spaniard. I'm sorry, we're watching highlights of the game earlier we missed. But, yeah. We got that going on. And we got friggin'
Sun Tao fighting versus Rob Font.
I'm not done talking about the early prelims. Because we got Paul Felder going against Mike Perry at welterweight. Holy fuck. We talked about this earlier, but I didn't talk about how excited I am for this. I think Paul Felder is a very, very underrated striker. He's very technical, but he also has that like bite down in your mouthpiece, gritty attitude where he just goes forward and fucks motherfuckers up. It's going to be a great.
I never noticed this.
What's that?
So they have an asterisk on the bottom of the card that says fights are verbally agreed upon and card may change at any time. Some fights may not be broadcast.
Yeah, that happens.
Fuck you guys.
That's on the prelims.
They need to do a better job of not letting people fucking.
Well, no. That's the early fight pass.
No, I think that's for everything.
No. It's for the early fight pass.
That's for the entire.
It's for the early fight pass prelims.
I think it's for everything.
It's for the fight pass.
Anyway.
But yes, the early fight pass prelims are going to be friggin' awesome. It starts at 6:30 on the East Coast, 3:30 on the Pacific Coast. Goddamn, people in LA always get everything 3 hours earlier. They're the worst.
They could watch the full card and then still go out.
They get sunshine. They get all that shit, and then man, the worst.
Like
their main card starts
crazy,
at 7.
Man. They're putting the why is this all this white on black crime and black on white crime?
Because Mike Perry's black now.
He's black.
I see what you're saying now.
That was the joke.
Perry's
all right, but yeah, like the prelims card, you got a Sun Tao Rob Font. That's pretty good.
How come they only got 3 fights on the prelims?
Cause that's enough, man. It's just so stacked.
Okay.
You got Hall Costa. That's a good fight.
Yeah, Hall Costa. That'll be really good.
My man Uriah Hall repping Regal Park.
Yeah.
Regal Park, Tiger Schulman's.
Tiger Schulman's for life. Yeah, man.
And main card,
good strikers right
Okan
there.
Saki, kickboxing legend. He's gonna fight Khalil Roundtree.
That should be really good.
Got some promise. He's pretty good.
He's got really good with the striking.
Is he the one that has a brother that's like a featherweight or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
He was on like Tuesday Night Contenders.
Was he?
Like that.
I don't know. We haven't been following that. We need
not this season. It was like last season.
We need to start following that Tuesday Night Contender shit though, because it's.
I watch it here and there.
I haven't been watching it at all actually, but I'm actually excited to see Gokhan Saki, the Rebel.
Oh yeah. He's a
freaking.
He's good.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know. How many fights has Pettis lost recently? It's like pretty bad. It's pretty bad. He's on I forgot that he won the Jim Miller fight.
And then he also won guillotined Oliveira. He hasn't been fighting too often either though. You gotta remember that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's lost 5
out
of his last 7.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude. And you got TK out. Oh, the rib injury. Yeah, that sucked. I think that was from like a takedown or something.
Yeah.
Right,
something like that.
Like a slam or a takedown.
Max Holloway was like, I broke him. That's what happened. He was a bitch. He's fucked up. Anthony Pettis will go against Mike Chiesa. Mike Chiesa coming back after losing to a Dali and some glass in the Barclays Center.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Chiesa, I heard, is currently suing Conor McGregor for like, $1 million or something like that. Yeah. And he was talking some shit. Well, I guess not really talking some shit because it was true. Earlier this week, he was talking about how
blasting him for it.
He was blasting Conor McGregor because he's like, if that motherfucker hadn't thrown that dolly, I'd have been able to fight Khabib, and then I'd be lightweight champion. Already assuming he would win the title. I mean, that's some confidence on your part, but Conor McGregor definitely is not on a lot of people's best friends lists.
No.
And he's getting sued by him. I'm pretty sure other people are planning to sue him also.
Ray Borg was just like, I just want an apology.
I actually heard something that he texted Rose Namajunas, like a simple text, like kind of like something simple or something like that. He's like, yeah, he apologizes for what occurred. He's like, this happened. He essentially was explaining himself.
I don't know if it was him or if it was her. Then someone might say it was like unsincere or something.
No. He was essentially, the way he apologized, he kind of made it seem like, oh, it wasn't my fault. Like this and that happened, which led to me acting this way. So it's technically
he seems to do that a lot.
Come on.
Like
you're surprised?
like when he went into the ring that one time and he slapped the guy and he was that whole thing that wasn't Bellator, right?
Yeah,
was it Bellator?
It was a Bellator. Yeah. He gets away with
he like apologized, but then he's like, and I'm sorry, but this and this happened. And this
he shouldn't have gotten in my
like,
face, and he shouldn't grab me and throw me off. I'm like, that's what a ref has to do when somebody's randomly in the ring. That's why they're trained fighters as well. Most of them have most of them are trained in like particular martial arts.
But like you gotta just fucking suck up your pride and just fucking apologize. That's it.
But yeah, I mean, regardless of that though, Chiesa is suing Conor for $1 million now because he fucking hates him. He'll be fighting Anthony Pettis, and we'll see how that goes. That could be a really interesting fight on the ground because they're both pretty good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Chiesa's good on top. Pettis is going in his back. We'll see what happens. It looks like it could be promising. Two pretty big names. It looks like it could be a good fight.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for Gokhan Saki, but
I'm excited for motherfucking Ngannou versus Derek Lewis.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
My goodness, that is going to be a fight of colossal proportions. Those men are massive. First of all, both of those men are massive in their own rights.
They are Derek Lewis, fucking absolute units.
People have been. Is that like a thing in like Europe or something like that, or in England?
It started
when like a person is huge.
In England.
Like, oh my god, that man is an absolute unit.
Well, there's
like for a while though, a unit was your penis.
Like calling someone a unit, but then there was like that meme.
I thought people were calling him like
guy
dicks.
with like this tiny head, where he's like, that man is an absolute unit, but he's huge.
Absolute unit. But no, yeah, Francis Ngannou, coming off of his loss against Stipe Miocic, he defended his belts. Not the best performance from Ngannou. He kind of gassed out. Holy shit.
The size of this lad. Absolute unit.
That man is massive. Goodness. But regardless of that, Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis. Wow, I forgot Derek Lewis's first name for a minute there. The Black Beast.
The Black Beast.
May I just say, and I know we talk about this every time we talk about Derek Lewis, his Instagram page is so fucking funny.
Social media game.
He has quite an eye for funny things.
He's a funny guy.
I trust him as much as I trust Fuck Jerry and Slut Whisperer.
He's a funny fucking
Shout out to those guys on their Instagram pages. But yeah, he's a really, really funny fucking guy. He's a big friggin' problem.
Bro. Slings leather.
There was a funny meme, little thing he had. I think it was on his Instagram page about like the special rules that him and Ngannou need to have in their fight because they're like big guys. It's real funny. Hold on, let me look it up right now. Find it here somewhere. Special. He posts up so much crap, so it's really hard to find like the stuff he has. But it's friggin' hilarious. Is it there? Because I don't see it.
I mean, Instagram post wasn't a
Maybe he took it off.
Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, word. Special rules.
Unified rules. Rounds will be 1 minute long. Points will be taken for any takedown attempts. 10 minutes of rest between rounds.
That's going to be great. But no, like, that's going to be a great heavyweight fight. And, I mean, we'll see who wins there. That could be a knockout. That could be...
it's going to be a knockout.
It could be a knockout. If it's going to be a knockout, it's going to be in the first round. If that thing goes past the second round, I can see two big, heavy guys.
That 5,000 all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Or Kimbo Slice and what's his name? Anthony. What was it? Anthony something. Remember that other dude? It was like big, brolic. Hammer. I forgot his name. He was in the old UFC. Well, like the old days, but I really forget his name. Who did? Yeah, Houston.
Houston Alexander.
Houston Alexander. There you go. That was terrible.
Ultimate Fighter.
It was a 215-pound catch weight because Kimbo Slice couldn't make light heavyweight. That's funny. Or maybe Houston Alexander couldn't make heavyweight. I'm not sure. But regardless, Hopefully it won't become that fight. Hopefully it'll be a slobber knocker, and it'll be the crazy big galactic battle of Thanos versus Doomsday that we all hope it'll be. I'm honestly just thinking about two big freaking guys just like mauling at each other. I'm sure one of them, like I said, will get knocked out. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see Francis Ngannou back in the octagon, and I'm always excited to see Derek Lewis in the octagon. But we do have 2 fights after that, and we have a co-main event. And in that co-main event, just happens to be dude's up. Well, that was good actually. I should have gone with that. Damn it! Why didn't I do that? I was just gonna go with like explaining more things. I should have gone with a pun, like what you just did. It's all good though. Max Holloway, the current featherweight champion,
Maxie,
undisputed featherweight champion.
Maximilian.
Everyone calling him right now the greatest featherweight of all time. Joe Rogan called him the greatest featherweight of all time right now. He himself says, I think I still got a lot of mountains to climb. He's going against Brian T. City Ortega, a phenom in his own right. And
Jiu-Jitsu ace has been
the only man to finish Frankie Edgar. Holy fuck. That is a feat. That is a feat. You have both of these men fighting for the featherweight belt. That's going to be a great fight. That could end in any way. That could literally be a fight of the year or like a fight of the century, like, you know, fight. That could be a first-round knockout. That could be a first-round submission, a second-round knockout, second round, like literally
nobody knows what's going to happen.
Everything and anything could happen in this fight. It's that kind of fight, and it's that kind of weight class. Like Ngannou and Lewis, like we said, probably going to be a knockout in the first round, or if not, it's probably going to be a, you know, a lot of breathing and huffing for the next 10 minutes afterwards. But Max Holloway and Brian Ortega, there is absolutely no way this could be a bad fight. Holloway just bites down on his mouthpiece and swings, and he doesn't get tired. Brian Ortega's cardio is up the ass. That's one thing I think people don't... his fighting style is very similar to the Diaz brothers. He's got that boxing, but he does a lot... Like, he does the jabbing. He definitely does the jabbing that the Diaz brothers does, but he does a lot of hooks. He goes for a lot of uppercuts. His boxing striking seems a little bit more diverse than the Diaz brothers. And his jiu-jitsu is fucking ridiculous, and he's also trained in, like... old school Gracie jiu-jitsu. So you got a guy who's basically has the same fighting skills and same, like, you know, fighting all that like the Diaz brothers, going against a crazy Hawaiian champion. Someone who's essentially like BJ Penn, but fights to his full potential because he trains like a maniac. Damn. And he consistently tries to get better. And they're both fucking young, dude. They're both in their 20s. How old is Max Holloway?
Like, I want to say like 26.
Max Holloway's like 26 or 27, something like that. Brian Ortega's 24.
Max Holloway, 26.
These guys aren't even... They're not even close to their prime yet. Brian Ortega isn't even close to their prime yet, and they're both seen as the top 2 featherweights in the world. That's crazy. Even if they fight now, I definitely see them fighting somewhere in the future. Unless it's like one-sided. Somehow, like, Max Holloway is like, holy shit, he really is that fucking champ. Or Brian Ortega comes in like, holy shit, he really is that phenom, and he's really going to run this division. I definitely can see them fighting again in the future.
Yeah, we'll see it. And Max has, he's expressed interest in going up to 155. He said eventually that he'll move up. But, and actually, that's funny because actually on that article it says right there.
Brian Ortega is 1 year older than Max Holloway. Brian Ortega's 27. Yeah, he's 27. And yeah. Okay. Fucking A. Still, though. Still. Young men entering their prime. The next 3 years of both of these men's lives are probably going to be the most important on how they do it. And they're fighting for the world championship right now. Yeah. I just think, like, following both of their careers is going to be very interesting. And especially if this is, like, a starting point for anybody. If you're not, like, an MMA fighter who's been following both of these guys and you're just going to watch this fight, I would highly suggest you start following both of these fighters if you want to get into MMA, because I can definitely see the next 3 or 4 years in Max Holloway and Brian Ortega's careers being like something really freaking great. I could see this as the start of a long rivalry, to be honest with you. Like a long, like just respectful rivalry between 2 combatants. Not like, cool. You know, not like, you know, hood beef. No. And, yeah, man. That's going to be a great freaking fight. Holy shit, I'm excited. Fight of the year, possibly fight of the century category.
Why these pictures look so different? It's just funny looking.
And not only do you have who is going to be the top featherweight in the world, who is going to be the featherweight champion, the undisputed featherweight champion, you also have the super fight of super fights. This is the light heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier, who's only lost to one man who will not be mentioned on this podcast.
Who's
right
actually...
now. No. Yeah.
But yeah, he's actually... John Jones has been talking shit with Daniel Cormier a little bit.
Trying to stay relevant on Twitter, as Daniel Cormier said. It really is what's happening. Yeah, I mean, people forget about John Jones. He says something on Twitter, and then it's like, oh yeah, John Jones is here. I mean, when he comes back, I'm gonna watch. I absolutely want to watch. But right now, I don't give a shit about what he has to say on Twitter. They both hate each other. I get it. Whatever. That's not what's important right now. What's important right now is that Daniel Cormier has the light heavyweight title and has beaten all of his opposition except for somebody who's suspended right now. And he's going against Stipe Miocic.
Imagine Daniel Cormier beats Stipe, annihilates him. John Jones comes back, and you have John Jones versus DC at heavyweight.
John Jones has always expressed his want to go to a heavyweight, so
and
that's a very real possibility. It's a very real possibility.
Fight that they were talking about before is maybe John Jones, Brock Lesnar.
What they were saying was Daniel Cormier has 2 more fights, I think, after this. He says after this he has 2 more fights, and he wants them to be Brock Lesnar and John Jones. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, right now it seems like Brock Lesnar is going to fight either John Jones or DC next.
Or Stipe.
If or when he comes back. But, yeah, or
he's
Stipe.
Already, I think Brock Lesnar's suspension's over, like way over. But John Jones, they still haven't even given him.
He still needs to go into the USADA pool, though, when he comes back.
Yeah, so that's like 3 months or something?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, 6 months. That's unfortunate.
I mean, they worked that out last time.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out too well.
Nope.
Yeah, they haven't given John Jones a his suspension yet, right?
No, they haven't. But I mean, it's all retractable. So it's all going to go back to when it started, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, but
just like with Nick Diaz.
But we still just don't know how long the suspension is.
I mean, at this point, even if it's for 2 years,
but it's gonna be. It would be.
He's
more
already
than
done it. No,
this is the second time.
No. Even like I said, even if it's going to be 2 or 3 years, he's already done a year and something.
No, but they're saying it's probably more to like 4 years.
Okay, but yeah, right. But I mean, if
it's that far, if it's that long, then.
Regardless of that, it's still going to be retractables. Like,
was this 2017?
Probably not
yeah,
even
2017.
The right word right now. Huh?
2017. So if it was 2 years, it still would be over a year from him returning.
That's true.
If it was 4 years, it would be freaking 3 years from him returning.
That's what happens when you take dick pills from a gas station.
Yeah.
And then after that, life just decides to fuck with you.
But Brock Lesnar should be. I think he's already, because that was a while ago. That whole thing was like that was 200 that he fought at.
Yeah, that's like a while back. Honestly, right now the only thing he needs to do is put his name in the USADA, their like little probationary period that they do when a fighter is about to step in. And I think it's usually like
December 15th. Oh, he would be eligible to return in July 2017. Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yeah, so it's been a while. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, no, but wait. February. Oh, no, it's February. Yeah. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Daniel Cormier still needs to get through Stipe Miocic. Now, keep in mind, though, Daniel Cormier has never lost at heavyweight. He was at heavyweight. Like we were talking earlier, he was at heavyweight in Strikeforce. He won the Strikeforce Grand Prix as a replacement to...
I think he just basically didn't want to fight at heavyweight anymore because of Kane.
Yeah. He mentioned that. He was like, he didn't want to fight at heavyweight anymore, and he was like, I'm going to move down to light heavyweight. I'm going to fight at light heavyweight because Kane is my partner. He fights in UFC. I don't want to ever fight him. Those guys are never going to fight. They have like a particular camaraderie over there in AKA where they're never going to have that kind of competition, I don't think. And that's even if he would want to, look at that option, that would mean Kane would need to come back. We don't know if Kane's going to come back and if Kane's going to be the same that he's going to be. Which is probably a big reason why Daniel Cormier is like, fuck it, I might as well go for the heavyweight belt now. And, yeah, I mean, like we said, he literally makes heavyweights a guy who's like, what, maybe my height, I think, or like maybe an inch taller than me.
Bone spurs, jeez.
I'm 5'10", and this guy's like going out there making heavyweight guys that are 6'4", 6'5", flipping them around and making them look like rag dolls. I mean,
that low center of gravity.
Low center of gravity, and it's fucking Olympic wrestling and just everything Daniel Cormier is about. Daniel Cormier is like the embodiment of competition. He is the embodiment of of competition. Just wanted to be better than somebody, however he can, getting it nitty and gritty, grinding guys down, making them want to quit because he is not the one who quits. He's a fucking powerhouse, and the reason why like nobody sees him as one of the great, because I think he's one of the greatest of all time. If he gets this heavyweight title, he's definitely in the rankings to be greatest of all time in heavyweight as well, like next to Fedor, I think. But
he's got Stipe in front of him.
Yeah,
Stipe is used to being an underdog.
Stipe has always been the underdog, absolutely. And Stipe has proven people wrong time and time again. That's the biggest thing with Stipe Miocic. It's like you think it's like, all right, he's gonna lose to this guy because this guy's striking is better. Nope, knocked out Dos Anjos in the first round in their second fight, which was a title fight that Dos Anjos went for. Pretty sure it's gonna be Dos Anjos' last title fight, but did that. Everyone thought, oh, Alistair Overeem might knock him out in his hometown and blah blah and this and that because he's like a heavyweight freaking former K1 fighter and he has all this great striking credentials. Nope. Miocic came back after adversity. Miocic came back and still beat him in his hometown and probably his most impressive win to date. He's won his last his last fight with Francis Ngannou did go to decision, but before that he beat Junior Dos Santos, Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Werdum, and Andrei Arlovsky in the first round. All of these men have been former world champions, and he beat them all in the first fucking round. Nobody else.
And he owns the longest defense streak in heavyweight history.
He's defended his belt now 1, 2, 3 times.
That's
Broke
crazy.
the record
That's
for
the
most.
Record, but
yeah,
that is the record.
Dude, the only people have defended it twice in a row. I mean, like you see somebody like Cain Velasquez, who people say is like one of the greatest heavyweights of all time because of his injury record and because of just random bullshit. Not even he was able to beat that defense record. Stipe Miocic did. He should be recognized as the greatest heavyweight champion. He has a record. Props. He has a record that reflects it. He beat Gabriel Gonzaga. He beat Roy Nelson. Shane Del Rosario, and then after that, there's a bunch of people I don't remember, so I'm not going to... Oh, you beat Joey Beltran, I guess, so that's cool. He lost to Stefan Struve pretty early in his career, but from that, he got better. And honestly, after he lost to Stefan Struve, he really didn't lose any other fights except for that fight with Junior Dos Santos in 2014, which was a questionable win because Dos Santos' face after that looked pretty fucked up. I would watch that back, and I would probably say, So if we take out that questionable loss, he technically hasn't lost since 2012. If you take out the questionable loss between Dos Santos, he hasn't lost since 2012. And his resume at heavyweight is better than I think anybody's. I mean, maybe you could count Fabricio Werdum in that resume because he has, Nogueira, Fedor, and Velasquez under his belt, but he never beat Stipe.
Never beat Stipe.
And Stipe, like I said, Stipe deserves it too to be the best heavyweight and be recognized as the best heavyweight in UFC history right now so far because of his work ethic.
But he's also like a model champion. He's a nice really guy, a good competitor.
He fights fires.
Yeah, he's a firefighter.
A fucking firefighter. If you're not going to tell your kids to look up to him, you're stupid because this man fights fires. He's a champion of the world. He makes like six figures.
Fires and the biggest, baddest men on the planet.
He makes like 6 to 7 figers per fight now. He's sponsored by Modelo.
Yeah, if he was, if this were, like hundreds of years ago, he'd probably be slaying dragons and shit.
Yeah, he'd be a fucking and because he works so goddamn hard at getting good at slaying dragons. Yes. He's not just naturally good at slaying dragons. He's a gritty, hard-working, American-born son of immigrants, son of Polish immigrants, I believe, or
Croatian
immigrants.
Croatia's actually playing today.
Yeah, shout out to Croatia. But man, he's on a 5-fight win streak. He's defended his belt 3 times.
I think he is. He does have some natural gifts though. Like definitely, he was. I think he was a minor league ball player.
He was a
baseball.
I think he was a Golden Gloves champion. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of, let's say, like someone like an Olympian, like Daniel Cormier, or let's say somebody who's just like
they're both. They
John
both
Jones,
embrace the grind. So
yeah, absolutely. Definitely that. But it's. I feel like it's a little different with him. I feel like they both have different forms of grinding on you. Like Cormier is very like technical grind. He's been an Olympian. He like knows how to get motherfuckers down and keep them down, settle down. And but Miocic is literally like, it would be like, I guess you could put like wrestling styles, like different kind of wrestling styles. Like maybe you could put like GSP against like Ben Askren's wrestling style. It's two different kinds. Ben Askren's is very grueling, very like grab you, get on you, pressure and stuff like that, and it's very dirty. It's very gritty. I think that's like that you'll call Miocic that. Cormier's wrestling is like, because it's on an Olympic level, makes it for like a more technical, more sound, like, you know, way of handling stuff on the ground. It's gonna be really entertaining, and it's honestly also gonna be like, I think Cormier is probably stronger than Miocic. Like, I think Cormier could flip
might
Miocic.
Have just more like just natural brute strength.
He might, yeah, and I think Cormier might flip the current.
He's got that old man strength.
He's got that. Oh, yes, he's got that old man strength. It's crazy. I don't know how he gets that, but he just has it. But yeah, him and right now we're literally going to see who the baddest man on the planet is, because like we said, Daniel Cormier right now, in terms of anybody who's in the rankings at heavyweight, Daniel Cormier is undefeated at heavyweight. He hasn't lost to anybody.
So yeah, do yourself a favor, and on Saturday, July 7th. Glue your ass to your couch and watch as these modern day gladiators go to battle to prove that they are the best.
Really intense moment there by our co-host Sherry. But, yeah, all good. But yeah, this is going to be a fucking card. Holy shit, this is going to be a great card. It's very stacked. International Fight Week starts this week. If you want to, check out all the footage and all the crap that UFC has going on this week on their Instagram page.
Grab yourself a cold Modelo.
There you go. They're going to go on their YouTube channel and check out all the footage. UFC Embedded will also be on this week. Holy shit,
there's gonna be some good ones. There's gonna be some good
I'm
ones.
so excited. I keep forgetting about like all the things that come along with Fight Week, and then when I hear about it, I'm like, yes.
Embeddeds are gonna be fun this week. Yes. I already know.
They're not pulling a surprise presser, are they, for like the rest of the season of Oh no, they already did that. They already did that, right? Where they had like, remember how they do like a presser every 4 months?
Oh, for like the summer.
They already did that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think up until September. Yeah, all right. So I guess we'll wait for that. Usually, I mean, they did it. I think last.
When they had all the big fighters.
When they had all the big fights come in, yeah. Like I thought maybe they were gonna do that again, at least like the champions. But if they do, that'd be awesome.
Nah, because like these are two of the biggest fights of the year already on this card. So yeah,
it's been off for a while, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
No, I know because it cuts off in an hour. Oh, we should try actually Instagram TV. I think you can do more than an hour on Instagram TV. But nobody uses that shit yet. I don't know. It's weird. I don't use it.
If I don't use it, no one's using it. Man.
No. I saw like an article about people saying like, but what people don't use this shit. It's brand new anyway. But we'll see how that works.
But yeah, definitely check out UFC 226. The prelims, the early Fight Pass prelims start at 6:30.
We'll be watching. Maybe we'll stream it.
The prelims we're thinking maybe starting to stream.
Do a Fight Companion.
Yeah.
Oh, because you know what? Because motherfucking Joe Rogan is gonna be commentating that shit. So he's not going to be doing the Fight Companion.
He usually doesn't do Fight Companions.
Fuck you, Joe Rogan. No, just kidding. I love Joe Rogan.
Jesus.
But last time I think we did like our own kind of Fight Companion thing. He was doing it at the same time. When that happens, fuck you, Joe Rogan. But he won't be doing it, so I love you, Joe Rogan. Keep up the great work.
Well said. The prelims at 8 and the main card on pay-per-view or UFC Fight Pass, whatever you want to get, blah, 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 at 10 p.m. It's going to be a great card. I'm excited for it. You should be excited for it. Shane, are you excited for it? Don't be like Shane. Be like me. Be excited. But, and I think it's, 1:40? I think it's about time we wrap it up. We got to make our way over to watch the next World Cup game.
Yeah.
If anybody out there is watching, any of our friends, are we going to Nowadays, I guess we're going to go
I don't know what we're doing. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
We might go to Nowadays. If you want to come and have a beer or a drink with the hosts of 3 Quarter Guard podcasts, you can definitely do that. But something seems echoey.
Probably this apartment.
No, like when I speak into this, it seemed like
I
don't know. It seemed
would you know?
Like when you're talking into a fan and it kind of like comes back at you in like that little vibrating way.
I'm not making any noise.
I'm not talking about your microphone. I'm talking about my microphone. Your microphone might be different for some reason. Microphones are different. That's why there's 2 different ones.
Anyway.
Regardless of that, yeah, we'll catch everybody next Sunday. Follow us on Instagram, 3/4 guard.
Should.
Watch us next week. YouTube.com/3/4 guard is our new station. We're not on Twitch anymore, right?
That's not how that works.
What? How's that work?
Live.3/4guard.com.
Live.3/4guard.com. There you go.
You
But what's
can't-
our YouTube channel, though?
You have to have. Is it 100 or 100,000 subscribers to get a custom YouTube.com/something?
Help us get there.
They're pretty strict with that.
Help us get there, guys.
Help everyone subscribe.
There.
We'll get 100,000 in no time.
Dude, I'm telling you, I hear something. There's like, I don't know, maybe the volume or something on one of these TVs. I don't know. But I heard something when I talk over here. It's weird.
You get some feedback?
Maybe.
Remember back in the day when you could like kind of hear if the TV was on?
Yes, I do remember
Right?
that. Yeah.
Those big TVs, there was some kind of like frequency you could kind of hear it. So sometimes even though the screen was black or something, I could just tell that the TV's not got turned off.
Word.
I'm old. All right. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in this week. Make sure you be a responsible citizen on this planet and watch the World Cup.
Gonna do it next 12 o'clock next week as well? Yeah, noon.
Yeah, I think World Cup's going on through all of next week. So next week we'll probably
we're gonna be on next week at noon, and we're actually considering starting to go on at noon.
Yeah,
so let us know what you think. The 1 or 2 people watching, if you think we should go on at noon or stay at 1 o'clock. Regardless of that, we're probably just gonna go with what we decide.
Yeah, because we don't give a fuck about what you.
It's still like noon, so we might switch our time to noon. But we'll let you guys know. And yeah, have a happy fight week. Enjoy UFC 226. Enjoy the tough finale, and tip your hookers.
Wait, what he said. Goodbye.